Good morning. I hope you all remember what you learned in the last class. Today we are going to study the rest of the topics from the chapter Tracing Changes Through 1,000 Years. That is, new social and political groups, region and empire, old and new religions, thinking about time and historical periods. Do you know what is this? These are the pictures of patient wheel, spinning wheel and firearms. Okay, during the period between 700 and 1050 CE, there were new technologies and new foods and beverages that arrived in the Indian subcontinent, which include Persian wheel for irrigation purposes, spinning wheel for weaving techniques, and firearm used to defend against the criminal wars. Okay. New foods and beverages include scones, chilies, tea and coffee. Have you ever heard the name Rajaput? Yes, the word Rajaputs has been derived from Rajaputra, which means the son of a king or ruler. In India, the caste system divided society into four main categories. They are Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. Brahmins refers to the rich and educated section of society. Kshatriyas were warriors and kings, Vaishyas merchants and landowners, and Shudras includes common people, peasants and servants. In the period between 8th and 14th century, the term Rajaput was generally used for the Kshatriyas caste. In this period, groups of people who travelled for long distance in search of wealth and other opportunities. Among them, the most prominent groups were Rajputs, Marathas, Sikhs, Jats, Ahoms, and Kayasthas. In this same period, some other changes also took place. That is, forests were cleared and used for agriculture. This resulted in change in the habitat of the forest dwellers. Habitat refers to the environment of a region and the social and economic lifestyle of its residents. When the forests were cleared for agricultural purposes, the people from the forest, that is, forest dwellers, started to migrate to other areas. And people engaged in agriculture and became peasants. These new peasants were required to pay taxes and provide goods and services to local lords. Gradually, economic and social difference came up among the peasants. How did it happen? Some other people occupied in productive land, while others engaged in cattle rearing and artisanal works. When the work was scarce for artisans, they also engaged in agricultural activities. On the basis of their occupation and backgrounds, gradually people were categorized into jatis or subcaste. Jatis had their own rules and regulations. They will frame the rules and regulations in order to manage their own people. Jatis were regulated by Jati Panchayat. Jati Panchayat means elder members of their particular subcaste. Jadis were also to follow the rules of their villages. Several villages were controlled by chieftain, means leader of a group or people. Different villages taken together, the village formed one small unit of a state. We have studied Jadis were under the control of village, Villages were under the control of a state. Similarly, large states were under the control of empires like that of Cholas, Tughlaqs and Mughals. Cholas were dynasty of southern India occupying places coming under present-day Tamil Nadu and nearby regions. Tughlaqs were Muslim dynasty which ruled over the Delhi Sultanate. Mughals were also a Muslim dynasty which ruled over most of northern India. From this part, it is clear that this was a period of economic, political, social and cultural changes. This is Ghiyasuddin Balban, Delhi Sultan. In Sanskrit, text Prashasti means prize, describing the empire of Sultan Balban that state stretched from Bengal to Afghanistan and Delhi to South India. The vast empire was under the control of Balban. Then, we know that different regions have their own language. For example, in Kerala, we will speak Malayalam. In Tamil Nadu, Tamil. In 1318, the poet Amir Khusro explained that there were different languages in different regions. Sindhi, Lahori, Kashmiri, Dwasamudri in southern Karnataka, Telangani in Andhra Pradesh, Mabari in Tamil Nadu, Gujari in Gujarat, Gauri in Bengal, Awadhi in eastern Uttar Pradesh and Hindavi in area around Delhi. Over the ages, with different development, the languages used in different regions also changed. For example, Tamil is spoken in Tamil Nadu. But earlier in 1318, Amir Khusro had noted that Mabari was the language of Tamil Nadu. Okay. When we hear the name Kerala, what comes to the mind? You must be visualizing green land with coconut trees speaking Malayalam. Okay. Then here the name Rajasthan. You must be visualizing desert camels. So, from this it is clear that different regional states had different cultures. Each region had its own languages and geographical dimensions. And these regional states had their own ruling dynasties. There may be a chance of conflict between regional states. Cholas, Tughlaqs and Mughals are some dynasties were able to build pan-regional empire. That means they were able to conquer or rule over diverse regions. In 18th century, regional states re-emerged due to the decline of Mughal Empire. Okay. And next topic in this chapter is old and new religions. Students, we already studied that there were developments in technologies, foods and beverages. Likewise, there was also development in religious traditions. Let's study how religions changed in between 700 and 1050 CE. The main change take place in Hinduism. They started to worship deities, that means worship new god and goddesses. King and wealthy people started to construct more new temples. Brahmins became an important group in society. How did this happen? Have you any idea? In 1318, Amir Khusro has said that among the different languages, Sanskrit language which do not belong to any particular region, and also common people did not use it. It was used only by Brahmins. Not only that, most ancient texts like Puranas and Vedas were written in Sanskrit languages. Brahmins gained a lot of respect from society because of this knowledge of Sanskrit. Brahmins were made more powerful because of the support of patrons. Patrons is an influential, wealthy individual who support another person. Okay. The another major development was idea of bhakti. Bhakti was a concept of a loving personal deity that devotees could reach directly without the priest or rituals. Okay. Then we know that lot of merchants and travelers came to India in search of opportunities like wealth trade. This brought a new religion into the subcontinent. In 7th century, along with the merchants, the teaching of Holy Quran came to India. It is the holy book of Muslims. Muslims believes in supreme God, that is sovereignty of one God, that is Allah. They believe that Allah will give blessing to all people without considering any social background, that rich or poor. As like Hinduism, social divisions were also take place in Muslims. Muslims divided into Shia Muslims and Sunni Muslims. Shia Muslims believed in the Prophet Muhammad's son-in-law Ali is legitimate leader of their group. Sunni Muslims believes in the authorities of Caliphs. Caliphs is leaders of the community. According to other laws of Muslims, Muslims were also divided into Hanafi and Shafi. Okay. Then, the last section. We know that history is the study of past events. Have you any idea how historians study the past? Historian divided the past into large segments called periods. That is, ancient periods, medieval periods and modern periods. Historian divided India into 3 periods to study the past, that is Hindu, Muslim and British. They divided history only on the basis of religions of the rulers, but they ignored the development in economy, society or culture. So, in class 7 portion concentrate on the study of medieval period. We can understand that history is the study of past. It spread over a very vast period. Over this very long period of time, there has been various changes in terminologies used in the state of cartography, languages, occupations, caste, religions, empires and periodization in history. Historians gathered information from coins, inscriptions, architecture, textile records according to their own perception. Okay. So, historians have to collect information from a variety of sources to form a clear idea about any particular period. All of us today are history in making. That is, what is our present is going to be history sometime in the future. Our present lifestyle is the result of various changes that have occurred over the different periods of history.